What's going on, guys? I'm back with some more World of Tanks after a not so brief hiatus. Totally unplanned, just got really lazy. And then when I tried to start making a video again, I noticed a lot of mic problems. A lot of crackling and popping and static. Don't know if I fixed the problem. We'll find out when I go to listen to this audio later. But anyway, the other day I happened upon the World of Tanks website and noticed that big news is the E-25 is going bye-bye. That's right, this thing is selling so good that Wargaming's deciding to stop selling it because business sense. So if you want one, get it while you can, because sometime at the beginning of the next year, like middle of January, they're getting rid of it. So if you have one, you'll still keep it, but you won't be able to buy it. So buy it. That's what I did. I bought it. As you can see, I'm driving it. So, this thing is supposed to be OP as shit. At least, that's what you see from the handful of videos that I've watched on it. So if it was so OP, I'd be seeing a lot more videos on it of people saying, "Oh my god, look how good I did in this OP tank." Because that's what kids do on the internet. They show off. So I figured I'd grab one and see what all the hype is, while I still can get one. And this was my first match in it. The match, it's not the greatest, but you know, it's my first time driving this thing. So I didn't really, I kind of understood how you should drive it, but not really, because I hadn't done it before, so like, yeah, I didn't do great. And after using the speed to get up to that corner, hoping I could get shots at the tanks as they come around the corner, I decided, yeah, this is too dangerous for me, and ran and hid behind this bush, because the bush will keep me safe. You can't see me, but I can see you. Well, they probably see me the second I fire, but no. Oh, yeah, that's why this thing is so OP. Premium tanks, or premium tank destroyers, I should say, don't lose their camo bonus when they fire, which is something that all tank destroyers used to have, but Wargaming decided that tank destroyers don't need that. Which is great, because everybody knows how great it is to be sitting there in a Hellcat and suddenly the whole enemy team sees you and you're dead instantly. That's the one advantage that tank destroyers used to have, and they got rid of it. Except for the premium vehicles, because they were afraid people would start bitching and demand their money back. So the premium vehicles kept it. And this thing has a pretty good camo rating. It's pretty sneaky. And we have a camo crew, camo paint, camo net. Nobody really sees you. Ever. Here, I'll run for this Churchill here. And it's not going to end so well for him. Bye-bye, Mr. Churchill. It's nice knowing you. See, kids, that's why you don't go for glory. Because you die. Anywho. Completely forgot what I was saying, but I'll keep rambling on anyway. Decided to stick around even though I knew that tank saw me. I figured he's going to hit me anyway, I might as well get a shot in. And so every other one of my shots against him bounced, so it was time to load the gold and do some damage. Make this match worth it. And nah. That's the one thing about this gun. It fires really fast, it aims pretty quick, but it doesn't really have that great of penetration, especially, you know, frontally to heavy tanks. Shout out to the wasted premium round on the side of an SU-100. It sucks that I can't go through the front of half the things I shoot at, but, I mean, what are you going to do? So the best I can hope for is to track him, and hope Artie can do something about him. Probably not. You know Artie. He's just sitting there out in the open. Think somebody would take a shot at him. Any day now. There you go. You know, everybody says Artie doesn't, you know, pay attention, Artie's asleep or whatever. But you gotta realize, those things have really long reload times, so yeah, give them a little bit of a break, why don't you? Even though I know none of us will. So this is the end of it for me. Managed to make it down to the end of the match, and I was hoping that I'd be able to track this IS in place, and nope, missed. Bye-bye. And he's last man standing. But as you can see, we're capping. We've got a significant numerical advantage. This game's over. So this is my first match, and I wasn't really sold on this tank being worth the $30 that I paid for it, but I wasn't sold on it not being worth it either. It was an okay match. I did mediocre damage, and I got 1 kill. But the next match, that sold me on it. But before we go to that, we'll just take a quick look at the stats for this one. That was my daily double there, so the 1900, you know, you got to take that with a pinch of salt, but 644 base experience with a premium account, premium vehicle, daily double, it works out pretty good. And I made a pretty tidy profit too. So let's move on to the next one. And I don't remember what this map is called. That seems to be an issue with me. I can't remember the names of these fucking maps. But this was the one that sold me on this being worth it. Not because the match was spectacular or anything, but because I had fun. And that's really what it comes down to me, not like, is this thing so MLG elite that I 360 no scope nub scrubs. I mean, I just want to have fun in the vehicle, and if I feel like I'm going to get at least $30 worth of fun out of this thing, it's worth it to me in the end. And I did get $30 worth of fun out of this thing. And I decided to pick a terrible spot to sit in the beginning of this match because this thing's really fast. I could have got up where that Chafee is and been ready to take side shots at tanks that were lumbering up onto this place so I don't have to shoot them in the fucking front. I didn't learn my lesson yet, but I will in just a second. Come on, process. There you go. See, the memories of bouncing off the fronts of heavy tanks are finally starting to kick in. I decided to put the speed of this thing to use to try and get up to where that Chafee is. Chaffee. One or the other. But I'm going to hide behind this rock first, just in case anybody saw me. But then it clicks into my head that Chafee's been poking out, so anybody that would have seen me, he probably would have seen them. So it's probably safe to move on. And there's a nice little bush sitting right behind that rock. So I'll be able to just sit in that bush, pop up the camo net, and as one of the enemy players will put it, watch out, they have active camo. Nope, we just have that premium camo bonus. Ah. Reminds me of the good old days when you can sit back in a tank destroyer and shoot at people and they wouldn't spot you because you have no armor. And it's really bad to get spotted when you have no armor. And first shot at that T-25. Doesn't matter how angled that front is, it's probably going to go through. And now I'm just waiting. It's a lot of waiting with this because it's kind of a sniper tank. Tank destroyer. Whatever. Missed that shot, but I got plenty of ammo and I got nothing but time. Next one nails him. And this is what I'm going to spend the match doing. Sitting in this little bush, and nobody will see me the whole time because premium tank destroyers don't lose their camo bonus. Though your camo bonus kind of counts for nothing when you're sitting out in the open like that, buddy. Bye-bye. And pretty much every shot that I miss in this match is down to me having a retarded right hand and not being able to put the reticle over what I want to kill. So you'll notice, like, every once in a while, like, I'll jump across a tank trying to put the sights on it and do dumb. And yeah, kind of like that. Not so much. He was moving. It's acceptable. It went over him. Shut up. So yeah, not bad. 1,000 damage and nobody's seen me yet. That was one of those retard moments I told you about. But I'm starting to notice that the opportunities for shots are starting to come up less and less, so I'm starting to think that I should be able to move. There's that tank talking about active camo and whatnot. I really want to move at this point, but I notice on my map that there's an enemy tank destroyer sitting just a little off to the right. Or left from my perspective, but right on the map. So I don't really want to move from here because I know if I do, he's going to Shrek me. So I'm just going to wait and hopefully he'll make a mistake, pop out, and he'll get nailed. Which is eventually what happens because we all have those sudden rushes of shit to the brain that makes us do dumb things. And any minute now, he's going to have that sudden rush of shit to his brain, pop out, and get spanked for it. And then I'm finally going to have my opportunity to put the speed of this thing to work. But while he's sitting there, I can't really risk it. I mean, what if he tracks me out in the open, and then they got 3 arty? 3 pretty dangerous arty. I'd be fucked. Just gonna sit my ass here and wait until he's dead. Hey look, there he goes. And I'll notice that in just a second. There we go. And now it's time to put the speed of this thing to use. And this little thing's pretty damn quick. I love quick tanks. Tank destroyers. Whatever. Gonna take the shot that'll put another gun out of the match. Aim on the T-25. Get a good hit on him, but he backs into cover just as I reload. So, I'm gonna ignore him for now. And now we have the advantage. The momentum's on our side. And there's already nom nom time. 2 shots and he's dead. But can't stop now. There's still a few more standing. Let's get some more damage in. Because this thing is pretty quick, I'll be able to get there before everybody else kills the last handful of the enemy. And sitting up here, AFK in the base, is a Tog. Nom nom nom. I would love to get some damage in on that fat XP pinata, but already kicks the shit out of him. So, I don't get to enjoy that one. But there's still a handful left down here in the southeast of the map. There's another good hit. Second shot, rolls low, and I get spanked for the RNG. And he's wrecked my gun, my tracks, and my viewport. But I'm not going to bother wasting a repair kit on it. This guy's big fat ass take up the entirety of my reticle, so why waste the money? And with that, the game is won. So, let's take a look at the stats for this one. 1,423 experience. 61,000 credits. Not a bad match. 2,200 damage, 5 kills, 950 base experience. Yeah, you know, it was a pretty fun match. And I was sold. I think it's worth the money. So, the E-25. I highly recommend it. It's a fun little tank destroyer. Get it while you still can if you have any interest whatsoever. Because it's soon to be gone. I'll catch you next time.